this section, we are going to discuss about the Cisco ASA and site-to-site VPN between Cisco ASA and Cisco router. Okay, and so first of all, we will be understanding. So these are the topics we are going to discuss. What are the VPN, IPsec VPN component and operation, implementing Cisco IPsec VPN technology. So first of all, let's discuss what are the VPNs, virtual private network. So what we are going to discuss, these are the objectives we have. So VPN actually. So basically VPN mean virtual private network. So there is a private network. So private networks mean where you are actually two companies. One company is using branch office. So this is, for example, there is a main site. And in the main site, let's say you have the Cisco ASA firewall, and there are people are working from home, small offices, regional offices, business or partners with a Cisco router. So basically, there are two ways they can connect to each other. One, maybe there is a lease line directly into the office. Okay, and if we go through the lease line solution, lease line is your private line. It's a private network only on your side. But the problem is it's very expensive. And all these guys cannot afford to have a lease line. So especially, for example, the person working from home, he cannot have a lease line from his office to, or his house to his head office, for example. Similarly, a person has a small offices working from home, is also cannot afford this kind of thing. So private lines are good because they provide you the confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity, no doubt. Because we know that where we are connecting, these are our private line. No other interruption is there. No bad guys are there. They're only specific to your company. But now the VPN, where we come into virtual private network. So it's a private network, but it's virtual. But it is using the public media, public infrastructure. So public infrastructure means internet. Internet is readily available everywhere. So by using the internet, how can you achieve confidentiality, authenticity, and integrity, the goal of the security, like the 3 or 4 goals, how we can achieve that using the public media? Because public internet is not safe. So we need to protect ourselves. Okay. So what are the benefits? It's of course a cost saving. You don't need to buy the private lines. You don't need to buy expensive lines, private circuits. Or you will be getting the same benefit as of the private circuits by using the public media. Security, of course, you will get all the security benefit, which we have discussed. Confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity. Scalability, of course. Each company, everyone has its own network or a router. You don't need to buy a separate line, a separate dedicated line for each of them. You can scale your network. As the network grows, you can easily grow as well. Compatibility, of course, it can be any router, any vendor, any lines. Even you have DSL, you have broadband, you have ISDN, or any kind of network you have, you can still will be able to make the layer VPN actually. So this is where you can see as of now, if you, in the previous slide, we were looking for the lease line kind of things and all those solutions. But here you can see mobile user, he can use a VPN, virtual private network. Okay, it's a private network, but it's a virtual only between these two entities. And these branch office, they can also create their own web VPN as well, virtual private network. What are the VPN technology we can see? So there are 2 types of VPN technology existing as of now in today. One is a remote access VPN, which you have already using the Fortray client. Like, for example, we guys are all connected to Fortray client. There's a Cisco AnyConnect, there's a Juniper, Pulse, there is a Palo Alto Global Protect. Zscaler is a ZPA right now, a solution, a cloud-based solution. And many companies are providing different kind of VPN technology. So basically, remote VPN, a client sitting at home, or one user, a machine, he can create a VPN session with a gateway, which you have done as well. So for example, you configure the setting at your device. It's a small software installed. And once you are connected, you will be getting the IP address range from internal. and that IP address will be associated, will be assigned to this machine. Now this machine will become part of the LAN now. So if you look at your network, this is the one. You can see I got this IP 10.250.161, and that is why I'm sitting at home, and I can using a public media I can ping to Cisco ASA firewall. That's the IP address of Cisco ASA firewall. Yeah, this is the one. This is the Cisco ASA firewall. So normally, this private range is, if I'm sitting at home, I cannot access this private range. How I have accessed this private range? Because I created a VPN. Through the VPN, there is a tunnel is created. With this tunnel, actually, what happened? I've been giving an IP address internally to the network, and with this IP address, now I can communicate with my internal network, with my remote VPN network. So VPN or remote VPN is a remote solution. Install on your machine, a small software install, and through that software, you create a tunnel with a gateway. That's called a gateway device. Gateway device can be a router, can be a switch, can be a firewall, any type of firewall if they have the VPN license as well. It is a site-to-site VPN. So site-to-site VPN means it can be mostly done not just for one user, but maybe a LAN. If you want to connect with different branches, these might be a small branches or remote branches or medium-sized branches, or these kind of branches they have. So they have their own router, switch, firewall. They have their own infrastructure. One infrastructure is this is one LAN 1, and this is LAN 2. So these two LANs are connecting using the public media to each other. You don't need to buy expensive lines. You can just buy the internet, and any part of the world you can connect those branches with your head office. Okay. So everybody's clear. There are two types of VPN: remote VPN and site-to-site VPN. Site-to-site VPN can be initiated between different gateway. Both the devices, both the LAN have their own gateway devices. That gateway may be Cisco router, maybe Palo Alto, maybe Checkpoint, maybe Fortinet, maybe any other vendor, maybe Juniper, right? It doesn't matter. But as long as they follow the same standard, we can initiate a site-to-site VPN. A more important thing, site-to-site VPN mostly we use to transfer the maybe large amount of data, but small. So client remote VPN we just use for the occasionally usage, right? That's remote VPN. Component of site-to-site VPN, as you can see, two LANs. So IPsec VPN. What is IPsec? IPsec is the IP security protocol. It's a standard which used by other vendors. They use some kind of protocols between the two different vendors or same vendor as well, and they can actually initiate the site-to-site VPN. So this topic we are discussing is about the site-to-site VPN. So what we are going to discuss about this one, describe the IPsec protocol and its basic functionality, compare AH and ESP protocol, describe IPE protocol, all of those. So introduction to IPsec.